今集我哋就嚟到咗西雅圖嘅 Taylor Shellfish Farm 啦。聽講呢一間蠔場已經有100年嘅歷史，哇，真係好勁啊！哇，連門口嘅石雕都係蠔殼嚟㗎。今日又會見識到啲乜嘢呢？就等我哋一齊帶大家去睇下啦。
好啦，嗱，上一集咧，我哋咧講到我哋離開咗溫哥華，咁嚟到西雅圖呢一間叫做 Taylor Shellfish Farm， 咁有咩睇咧？首先嚟咗佢其中一個最大一個廠房啦。其實呢間公司咧有100年歷史以上嘅，仲有一樣嘢犀利咧，我哋香港人啊最中意食嘅象拔蚌啊、蠔啊、生口啊，都喺呢度養殖嘅喎。
咦？咁多生蠔嘅？哦，原來唔係生蠔，係蠔殼嚟嘅。
好啦，嗱，見到一包包啲咁嘅蠔殼咧，其實佢哋已經係擺咗成年，清洗乾淨。咁咧係攞嚟做咩？知唔知咧？其實係將佢擺喺河床度咧，去種蠔嘅時候用嘅。呢啲佢叫做 mother shell， 因為嗰啲蠔苗咧，佢係需要有啲嘢黐住先至可以生長嘅。咁如果天然環境梗係黐喺啲潮石度啦，但係佢哋諗到咧係用翻以前用過嘅蠔殼，清洗乾淨之後，保證係冇呢個浮游生物黐住喺殼度啲蠔粟咧，咁跟住咧將呢嚿嘢成袋蠔殼抌落海裏邊，跟住咧就啲蠔苗咧就會游咗落去黐住，咁跟住就會喺啲蠔殼度生啊。好啦，嗱，而家咧喺我身邊呢位咧就係 Jeff 啦，就係佢哋嘅 Taylor Shellfish Farm 嘅老闆啦。咁啊呢個梗係阿 Chris 啦。咁我哋首先咧好多謝 Jeff 咧，今日咧俾我哋參觀佢個蠔場嘅。Thank you, Jeff.
Thank you. Welcome to Taylor Shellfish.
Thank you. And the first question I need to ask， 即係我想問一問佢咧，究竟佢呢個蠔場咧個歷史係乜嘢
？Basically, we want a little bit of history from Jeff on, how the family business began, what it's all about, et cetera, et cetera. You can come out and just give us a little history, Jeff.
Okay. Taylor Shellfish is a 5th-generation family farm. We've been growing oysters here in the Pacific Northwest in Washington State for over 100 years. The family started growing Olympia oysters and has progressed in time to growing Pacific oysters, and now we grow 5 species of oysters. We grow the Pacific oyster, the Kumamoto oyster, the Olympia oyster, the Virginica oyster, and the European flat oyster. We have about 11,000 acres of tidelands here in Washington that we own. Washington is a unique state in the U.S. where they actually sold the tidelands back at statehood in order to encourage industry here. Over the years, we've acquired a number of other farms or family farms and have built it up to about 11,000 acres. On those acres, including in the oysters, we also grow manila clams, Mediterranean mussels, we grow gooey duck as well here in Washington. And then we have some other farms in Canada and have a distribution office in Hong Kong. And companies just kind of been fortunate and grown in size, and we're now the largest shellfish producer in North America.
哇，原來都好犀利嘅。咁啊，其實 Jeff 佢哋呢間公司咧有超過100年歷史，咁啊到佢哋嗰代咧已經係第5代做呢行生意嘅。咁佢哋嘅產品咧有5大種嘅蠔啦，咁頭先佢講過啦。另外有我哋香港人好中意嘅象拔蚌啦，仲有馬尼拉嘅蜆啦，咁各種各樣嘅海產佢哋都有生產嘅。咁同埋佢哋個生產嘅地方咧都好大嘅。
Anyways, Jeff, we buy a lot of product from you, and we're always curious to know. We want our customers, the consumer, to know why are our oysters so good? Why is it so clean? Why is everything, edible in the raw format?
I mean, one of the things, most of the oysters that we're growing, or most of the products we're growing, actually originated in Asia. So they were, the original families were, came from Asia. But, as you know, a lot of the areas in Asia now are all polluted. And so one of the things that, we're fortunate and successful at here is the waters are very clean. We can't harvest any of our products if you can't eat it in a raw form. And the state of Washington does a, very good job of enforcing, has a very strict hygiene program. And so first and foremost, the water is where our oysters are grown and where they get the flavor, and all happens. They grow in a clean environment. So the oysters thrive there, and then people are able to eat these products that are very safe to eat. A lot of the heads of the bays, there's a lot of algae. So all of the shellfish we grow, their food source is algae that comes from sunlight, and comes from the water that grows in the marine environment, and the shellfish eat that food, and if it's clean food, they're putting that in their gut, and the waters are very rich, and so the animals tend to be have a lot of meat and are high quality products. But certainly one of the most important things is it's just very clean. The environment is.
I guess there's no industry around here?
Well, we're fortunate. The only industry that we have a little bit of timber industry, but we don't have the population bases around where our farms are that you may find in New York or a big city like in Asia, for instance.
So there probably aren't any toxins or pollutants in the water based on industry.
There's not any heavy metals or toxins, you say, or pollution that comes from industry that would be harmful to you. So we're very fortunate that way.
Wow. That's why we have the best oysters around, and everyone's eating them raw. So we shuck them, and you can try them, and then you can buy them, right?
跟住嚟咧，其實我想問阿 Jeff 咧，究竟佢對未來嘅展望係點樣咧？
Basically, what's happening here, Jeff, is we want to know. We have a relationship.
Sure.
We do a lot of business.
Right.
What's our future plans? What do you see us doing, in the years to come? What's our goal? What do we want to do?
One of the things we've talked about. We have established. We're the largest shellfish farm in North America, but we're not kind of just sitting in our hands and satisfied with that. And we have 2 hatcheries and 3 nursery sites that we're trying to grow more and more shellfish. Most of the shellfish we grow takes 2 or 3 years to grow. So we've, in the case of the gooey ducks, it's 5 or 6 years. But even with that in mind, we're planting more and more beds. We're putting more and more oysters out, and the simple fact that now we're doing about 50 million oysters per year. We really want to do about 150 million oysters per year to send to the markets. And again, as you've told me a number of times, Toronto is just a great market for people that love quality seafood, and particularly shellfish. And we want to be able to satisfy your demands and your needs and get product there as quickly and as fresh as possible, so that people get a sense of the experience of the Northwest.
Absolutely.